I now get the pleasure to give Tina the last word. So Tina is going to do a presentation, my fellow co-chair. She is leaving us, but not until September, so she actually has a really long time. But she does get the last word.
Sarah thinks I'm leaving in September. Hello, how are you all? It's been a long day, lots of things being talked at you, and I really appreciate everybody staying for this final few moments. So I really I'm aware that people need to go and catch trains, so I'll be as quick as I can. So, as you all know, or some of you may know, I am quite a reflective thinker. And I wanted to spend a few moments for us to reflect, not on just today, but where we are. I wanted to take this opportunity to talk about the history of the NNPCF, and thank you to Maureen Morris and Sue North in helping me to gather this information. And I wanted to reflect on where we started, how far we have come, as it's 10 years on the 1st of September since the SEND reforms were launched. The idea of parent carers shaping services started actually prior to 2007. Literally a couple of parent carers round a table shaping services for their child and others. Word spread, and in 2007, as part of the Aiming High Disabled Children's Programme, which wanted to make Britain the best place for children and young people with special educational needs and disabilities to grow up in, was actually formed. Ed Balls, the Secretary of State for Children and Families, said, as well as making funding available to support parent care forums for the first time, a new national indicator will measure parents' experiences of the services for their families, for what their families receive, and will expect every local area to deliver services according to national expectations set out in the core offer to families. There were very few forums around at the time, with most forums having no funding and the parents as volunteers. The Every Disabled Child Matters campaign was launched by Contact to Family, Council for Disabled Children, and some of these founding forum leaders to encourage the formation of these independent parent carer-led organisations using funding that their local authorities received from the government. In 2008, the first grants were made available to the 151 local authorities we had back then to either set up a parent care forum or to fund existing ones, so that they would become a recognised voice of parent carers in the local area. The first contract was formed to support services like short breaks, but also parent care forums, and this contract was awarded together for disabled children. That was Contact to Family and Serco. In 2009, the small grants to forums increased, and it became apparent that this was a new way of working and it was going to take off. An idea was launched that forums actually needed a collective, a network to be part of. In 2010, the National Network of Parent Care Forums were born. Contact to Family facilitated the first meeting and helped and supported these fledgling steering group. The regions were then set up, and nine regions that followed the DFE footprint were formed. And the first meetings were chaired by Sue North, who was then the CEO of Contact Family, and Anna Gill, OBE, who was a founding member of her own forum with the aim of to bring parent care forums into regional networks to influence national policy, because, after all, our strength is our shared experience. Regional reps were asked to represent their regions in an interim capacity before voted in by their regions. The co-chairs were elected by the steering group. In 2013, the NNPCF became a constituted group and held their first AGM with Edward Timpson MP giving a message. I found this report written by Carrie Britton on the internet, and there's a picture of Sue North in it. And by God, Sue, I don't know what you're drinking, but you have not changed a bit. And if you want to look, I have the picture right here. In 2014, the Children's and Families Act was passed and parent care forums worked to be embedded into the legislation, and grant amounts were increased to reflect the work that was required of forums. In 2019, the NNPCF became a community interest company, my teeth are not working, to safeguard its existence. So why am I telling you this now? Why am I giving you a brief NNPCF history lesson? Well, as the Minister unexpectedly outed me earlier on today, this is my last NNPCF conference. And as a Cumbrian, it seems really fitting that I am here giving my last conference speech in the North East and Cumbria region. Whilst I always say thank you to my team at every conference and regional report, I wanted to stretch those thanks a little further. Whilst the Minister implied that I am the NNPCF, I'm really not, the NNPCF would actually not be here if it weren't for the people before me, and most importantly, the people who will follow me. The faith and the vision that both sets of people have, and most importantly, the members who support and perhaps join and run our forums, absolutely support our cause. Without those who believe, and I quote a legendary film quote from the Southwest where I'm actually based, for the greater good. Hot fuzz if you didn't know, and it was filmed in Somerset where I live. Then we are nothing. Everything we do is for other people's children and young people. In the face of adversity, like COVID, we rise above it all, and usually more than anyone expects. Even in the face of personal struggle, and I've heard of some of that today, I have never met a group of people with higher resilience than all of you, and we carry each other. We adapt to our environment, the challenges we face, and we become creative in order for children and young people to excel. The role of co-chair and the South West Regional Rep, for me, has been really completely unexpected. Those who know, I didn't want this job, but it has been a role of a lifetime. And I have had an absolute ball doing this, representing parent carers, their families, every single day. All the forums are amazing, and I have met some amazing colleagues from health, DFE, children's social care. These are really they are really supportive. There are some forums from the Southwest here today, and I have my head of programme and learning disability and autism from NHS England Southwest supporting me in my last conference. This is a testament of the relationships and joined up working that we have developed in the Southwest, something I am most proud of. So I want to thank Anna Gill, Carrie Britton and Sue North for having the foresight to start something small that has become something quite big. Thank you all to the previous steering group members, and they're not in time order, is Mary, Joanna, Katie, Therese, Anna, Sarah, Sharan, Maureen, Marunal, Jo, Zara, Lara, Karen, Fiona, Julie, Kay, Doug, Dave, Anna, Jacqueline, Fasila, for all coming on this journey. I know that list was long, but it had to be done. To the current steering group members and our future steering group members, directors, who will continue to lead our organisation beyond our wildest dreams, you've got this. And lastly, and most importantly, thank you to you. To the forums, your hard work has not gone unnoticed. Our membership started with just over 400 members, and it is now over 128,000. And we are inundated with requests to do work within government and beyond. We are here because of you. In times of adversity, challenge and self-doubt, remember where you have come from and where you are now. You did that. So give yourself a round of applause and remember, the experiences of parent carers, their families, would be very different if you were not around, trying to make it better for them. Thank you.